What's going on, guys? Chew here, bringing you another review on Rascal Does Not Dream of Santa Claus. Now, for these episodes, I actually like that they kind of, episodes 6 through 8 goes very well. It finishes with Akagi's arc. We get to see a little bit more of Toko, which, we really don't know a ton about. Uh, it's Mai's birthday, a little bit of everything. So, without further ado, guys, make sure to not only like, comment, and subscribe, but enjoy the video. I'd appreciate it. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So, we start off with episode 6. We see that Akagi has this puberty syndrome that it kind of looks like it hurts her, and it's her regret, and that regret that she had that she couldn't save Sakta and wanting to be more of a hero of justice, even if it puts her at risk of hurting herself. And it's just kind of sad, I'll be honest. But we get to find more about her, and she uses the hashtag dreaming online to kind of get to these places in which something were to happen. And Sakta kind of arranges for some of this to happen. We also find out that she had a boyfriend and that they had broken up and things hadn't gone great anyway. And so, we see that she is single, and that, not that that means anything to Sakta, but we see that the boyfriend actually talked to him a little bit and explaining that, they had a relationship and he just didn't dedicate time to her, which kind of sucks, but, she kind of moves on. And by episode 7, we see that the game is starting to kind of solve itself. And Sakta finally gets her to to finally talk to him about the situation. And excuse me. And so we see that she reveals that she's swapped places with their other version, or the other person from her version from a different universe, if that makes sense. And she's been the one that has been living here, and she feels closer to Sakta here than she did before. And it's implied, not that it's been said, but that she had feelings for Sakta during middle school. And it's kind of a messed up situation because obviously nothing came of it. But we see that by the end of the episode, she actually basically alluded to Sakta that he needed to go to the party. And so they actually go to the party, and they have this huge reveal that she was actually there. And we see that the whole middle school class felt hesitant to have her and Sakta there. And Sakta kind of plays it off. He is a bit hurt, because people didn't believe him for it. And it did affect him, in his middle school years and probably early on. But that didn't stop him from still living his life. And he is happy, He was a little hurt and a little sad, truly, who wouldn't be? But, he's now a college student. He's got a wonderful girlfriend. He's got everything he would want. And Akagi and him, they kind of resolve it. She actually goes back to her dimension. They both go back to their proper places. And she kind of wants to move on. She wants to be able to be the better person, and it's nice. And I think that it is a good way to solve the puberty syndrome that they have. And at the same time, Akagi kind of serves as a messenger, especially at the end of the episode. By episode 7, we see that she gets a message from the other her, from the other dimension, saying that Mai may actually be in danger. But this isn't the only thing that's going on. In fact, we see that with Sakta, he makes contact with our Santa Claus girl, gets her number, and she actually calls him in episode 8, and she wants to meet up with him. And it's a lot of stuff is starting to pile up on poor Sakta's plate. You know, Mai's birthday's around the corner. She wanted to spend time, and then he also gets a new student, Himeji, and it's a lot. Like he almost dreams about being with her, not only for as her new student, but at the same time being part of like a date with her on Christmas Eve, and it's rough. Like I don't like it. And so we see that she's going to be the next main thing. She actually talks to Sakta. In fact, Himiji and Toko both talk to him. We see that she does not like Mai. She doesn't want to be around her. She's got this kind of like weird jealousy towards her. But she wants to remain invisible. And for Himiji, she also wants to continue having her puberty syndrome. So really, it's just two different situations here now for Sakta to be dealing with. You know, he's needing to know more about her, obviously as to why she wants to still be invisible, and for Himiji, like, why is it that she wants to still have this puberty syndrome, and like why doesn't she want to cure it? It's a lot of kind of situation, I think, in my opinion, that he has to deal with. So we'll see what happens. I am interested in seeing how it's going to end, but we'll see. That's it for me, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll catch you later.